all these boy clothes.
Boots.
She's going to be wearing jeans and flannels. But it's more so a matter of, no, it's like if I ever had a daughter, which actually I shouldn't even say if I ever, because let's be real here, it's done. It's done.
We'd have Juno.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, like, if we had a daughter, I wouldn't push pink on her as a little baby. You know, I'm more gender neutral when it comes to baby clothes and colors anyway, but as she had gotten older, I would let her choose her own path.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you love Disney and princesses? Right on. I'm right there with you. Oh, you like sports and all that shit? Awesome. You know what? I can definitely hook you up. Like, you gotta let these kids choose their own path when it comes to these things.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just say, okay, well, you like athletes? Well, here's a Barbie from this athlete. You just can't do that. It's like you're making, it's like build a daughter.
Yeah.
You're building a daughter, you know? But, alright, stemming aside from that, let's go into Wonder Woman, because this stems into the toy lines as well. I don't know about anybody in any of the other states as far as promotion-wise goes right now. We're strictly, I guess, talking about where we live, okay? When it came to the Wonder Woman movie,
it was banned in multiple countries.
As far as our town, maybe this around, as far as Jersey goes, if you weren't on the internet, you wouldn't have known it was coming out.
Yeah, it was very, very sparse.
It was very under-promoted here. Yes, there were Funko Pops, and yes, there were toys in stores, but as far as commercials and such goes, you didn't see any of it. It was the first superhero from the main two companies come out with a movie. And I guess maybe they thought it was doomed to fail because I felt it was very under-promoted until opening weekend.
Yeah.
Once opening weekend hit and they saw those box office numbers, it was all over the television. Hi, Kasumi. It was all over stores. It was everywhere. You see Wonder Woman everywhere now. But leading up to it...
Really?
Leading up to it, the advertisement for Wonder Woman was very sparse.
Oh my god, these cats are ridiculous.
So again, 2 steps forward, we got our Wonder Woman movie. 2 steps back, it was under-promoted.
And she dominated the box office.
Yeah,
it's August is not even over yet, and they've already said this is the movie of the summer.
Yeah.
That made the most money.
Yeah.
And nobody's catching it. Nobody's catching it.
Well, again, seems like advertisement and promotion for it picked up heavy after that first opening weekend.
And apparently,
when they went, I guess a female superhero character lead movie will work.
And apparently her character is very, very strong and predominant in Justice. Is going to be very predominant. Following that story, she's going to have a very predominant role in that as well.
Yeah, see, even our listener Will agrees. It wasn't really promoted until almost the last month and on buses.
Yeah.
See?
And all of a sudden you saw it everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's on everything now. Again.
Exactly.
Even the back-to-school Target commercials.
Yeah.
It's Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
Exactly.
This is buffering again.
Yeah, so we can't have them both going at the same time. It takes up too much.
Funny thing is, I didn't even have when it kept stalling up before, I didn't have mine going.
Well, point is again, we went 2 steps forward, we finally got the movie.
Yeah.
And yet, the big wigs were probably sitting there going, well, this is gonna fail, this is gonna fail. Unless they did it on purpose and they were trying to make it fail by under-promoting it. Whatever the reason was, the point is that movie was under-promoted until it came out and those opening numbers came in.
Mm-hmm.
And now, it's everywhere. So, what the actual fuck?
I don't know.
And not only that, but yes, you're talking now that... Hi, Domino. Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ, what is up with these cats tonight?
Well, they're girls, so their women hear them roar. Haha. Get it?
God.
Roar. But, again, you know, in Wonder Woman's success, now there's talks about a Black Cat, Silver Sable movie.
Yes.
We still want a Black Widow movie, however, it seems like we're more likely going to get a Captain Marvel movie instead.
Thor Ragnarok, the principal villain is female.
Yes.
Just announced for Hellboy, the villain is female.
Yes.
Also within Thor Ragnarok, you have Valkyrie.
Yep.
And it was kind of sort of leaked out that Sif is in the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, the female heroes are plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
to say the least.
Yeah, which is a good thing. But again, would it be so without Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Because let's be real, yes, Black Widow is great. Black Widow is strong, and she's technically one of the first ones in the bigger movies, even though she's not the solo.
But she
Wonder
wasn't
Woman.
never pushed to the forefront.
Yeah.
Although I will, Age of Ultron, they put her more in almost a damn near matriarch position with all of them.
They did, but in Age of Ultron, okay, here's another thing that can flow into this whole thing. When it came to Black Widow's character in Age of Ultron, the biggest fucking complaint I saw people make about her character was, why is she whining and crying that she was sterilized? Oh, what, all women don't want to be mothers? And yes, that is true.
But
all women do not want to be mothers, but that is their choice.
They took the option from her.
Exactly. The point of the matter is Black Widow's character, she didn't know whether or not she wanted to be a mother because she wasn't given the option to figure out if she wanted it. And even if she did want to be a mother, who cares?
Yeah.
There are some girls out there that want to be mothers, and some women that want to be mothers, or want to and can't. So, who gives a fuck if Black Widow is upset that she can't have children? It's a valid thing to be upset about. It makes her human.
It makes her human, and also it's called giving the characters depth.
Oh my god, depth. A woman with depth.
Any character. It's giving the characters depth.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like on the opposite end, Hawkeye. They didn't know he had a wife and he had kids and everything like that. He's like, well, that's the part of my life I kept separate from what I do.
Yeah. To
protect them. It's called character depth.
Yeah.
Tony Stark with the drinking and all the other problems he have, it gives the character depth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so happens that that's what they used to give her depth, because not for nothing, that's not a part of character depth you can give to a male.
Yeah.
You can't. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, can a man be, like, to give him character depth, can you say he's sterile? Sure. But at the end of the day, men don't grow life. Women do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's still about pulling in a market. You know, that men and women are sitting in these movie theaters and watching it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it might be that date where the guy brought his girlfriend along, she's not into superhero movies, but all of a sudden they bring a portion of a story like this, and all of a sudden, guess what? She's drawn into it.
Yeah. And again, it's more so a matter, again, of they just took away her options. If there's one thing any person, male or female, does not like, it's when they don't have an option for something.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world, I mean, yes, everyone likes having a plan, but usually when you create a plan with choices in mind. If you take away those choices, then what?
Yeah.
That's all it was. And yet people fucking complained about that. No,
yeah.
No, not people. Probably one or two people on the fucking internet. But again, 2 steps forward with character development, 2 steps back because society had to complain about it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And let's get a little bit further into it.
Okay. Because we weren't further enough as it was.
Oh no, we can get further. We wanted more women writing comic books.
Oh, this thing.
We wanted more women creating video games. Because...
Women directors in
movies. We wanted... I recall when Pitch Perfect 2 came out. It's an all-female cast for the most part. Written, produced, directed.
And they're hilarious.
Written, produced, directed by a woman. Something that I had seen people, men included, on the internet clamoring for. When are we finally going to get a movie written, directed, produced, etc. by a woman with an all-female cast? Right? It came out. Came out the same day as Mad Max. It beat out Mad Max, and those same fucking people sat there and went, well, who the fuck would go see Pitch Perfect 2? Why didn't Mad Max beat it out? And
then the funny thing is that what they're demanding, it actually happened, because League of Their Own, just to age myself here, League of Their Own was directed by Penny Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Penny Marshall is one of the most predominant, longest-running female directors of our generation. She's been around for so long. I mean, she evolved so far from her days of Laverne and Shirley as the comedic act on the sitcom to being one of the most well-known female directors of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, her crowning achievement is obviously A League of Their Own. and everything like that. But like, she had did that way back when. Was that late 80s, early 90s?
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even still, people wanted it again. They wanted more. And it happened. And they shit all over it because it beat out Mad Max.
Who cares?
Which no one wanted a remake of anyway. And that's not something you take your girlfriend to.
Yeah. They were trying to pitch it on, down the Tom Hardy thing, but Tom Hardy wasn't exactly playing Mr. Attractive in that movie either.
Mm-hmm. But even so, we wanted more women writing video games. We wanted more women writing comics. We got it. Gail Simone has single-handedly taken a lot of, like, Batgirl mansplained at, like, conventions. And she's like, dude, I wrote this. I've seen her on Twitter state it. She's like, I was just in line for a movie, and this guy's talking to me about this comic book, and I'm just standing there like, I'm the author, dude. Or, even worse, what was it, last week? A bunch of writers from DC, I believe. Marvel. They decided to take a selfie together and put it up on Twitter, and
they got shit on like crazy.
Got completely
Which,
shit
in
on.
their rebuttal, for the first time ever, all the female employees of both Marvel and DC got together the next day to get milkshakes together and posted a picture of it.
Yeah, but why? Just why?
It shouldn't have to come to that.
It should, like, these women writers, again, for video games, for comic books, these were things that we wanted for different perspectives. And yet these, these women are just doing what they love, and they get trolls. And they get, what, the latest craze, what was it? Rape threatened or some shit like that.
Let's call a spade here.
Hi, Raven.
Oh my God, Raven Gregory. Welcome,
yes,
Raven Gregory. And let's call a spade here. It took a lot for those women to get to where they're at. That's a male-dominated industry for decades.
Yeah.
Since its inception.
Yeah.
For decades. And the inner workings for there to be that many women working behind it and everything like that, it says a lot how far it's come. But it was probably, I wasn't there side by side with them or a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, it was a lot harder for them to go on that route.
Yeah.
For instance, really quick, because you can reference this, and we usually don't do the wrestling topic too much, but it relates. Okay? There's a lot of girls during the golden era of the independent scene that we know about that got in and became the valet, which is the taboo word I know you hate, and a couple of women hate because they've earned the right to be called manager.
Well.
And there is a difference. There is a difference. The valet is what we term a fifth ring post. They don't do anything or anything like that, but the manager has taken their time to learn psychology and do all that stuff. And everything like that. And the thing is, the valet just comes and shows up, puts her makeup on, goes out there. But for you as the manager, and as someone who went through it and took the road as one of the guys, as one of the boys, how difficult was it?
How difficult was it?
Because you've seen both sides of the spectrum. You've been alongside with women that just were valets, and you've seen what they've done. How do you? What are the two roads like between visually seeing a valet and you going, I'm not going to be a valet, I'm going to be a manager, and I'm going to be everything else that you turned out to be? Where's the difference? Like, what's the differences? Because
honestly, the difference is respect and putting in the fucking work, which can go for a lot of what women have to do to become anything at this point. A valet is basically going to be the equivalent of, yes, I'll get your coffee, Mr. Schneider. And,
or like the girl on The Price is Right,
Yeah. Or the manager who's going to be like, hey, yeah, you know what? I wrote this. I want you to read it and tell me what you fucking think. It's a matter of...
I have some input.
It's a matter of just respect and putting in the fucking work. And no matter where you go...